So I have to talk about this card. It's a new Hieratic Link monster. I like Hieratics. It's materials that uses dragons. It's generic dragon support, and this might be surprising. I like dragons. So here we go. Hieratic Seal of the Celestial Spheres. So Tenkyu no Seikoku-kun. It's a Link 2 that requires 2 dragon monsters to make. Light, dragon, 0 attack. Its link markers are bottom left and bottom right again, so that's really good if it's in your extra monster zone. Its effects are once per turn during your opponent's turn. If this card is in the extra monster zone, you can tribute 1 monster you control or in your hand. Return 1 face-up card on the field to the hand. Its second effect is hard once per turn, and it's if this card is tributed, special summon 1 dragon monster from your hand or deck and make its attack and defense 0. So the first thing that comes to mind for this is its first effect on your opponent's turn to compose something. So that's pretty disruptive. You can tribute itself and then trigger its second effect on your opponent's turn to spit out a dragon from your deck. So this kind of gives it a different summoning pool than a tomb. A tomb is strictly a combo piece that summons dragons from your deck on your own turn. So you want to be summoning combo pieces. But since this one can do that on your opponent's turn, in addition to summoning combo pieces, you can also summon disruptive dragons with it. So if you bounce something during your opponent's turn and tributed this guy, you can summon something like either the Wicked Empowering Dragon. So when that's summoned, you can banish a card on the field. So this becomes bounce 1, banish 1, essentially. You can summon something like a Morphage Goliath or Sloth, which locks out all summons from the extra deck. So another cool option would be Odd Eyes Persona Dragon, which is now available worldwide, finally. So that gives you a breakthrough skill on extra deck summon monsters. And unlike the Wicked Aether, you can do this anytime you want and not just when it's summoned. So that's another cool option. Although there's no limitations on how many of these you can summon. So of course, if you tributed this guy off, and then you can always make another one in the extra monster zone. Now being 0 attack, its OTK potential is pretty low. It's mainly a control monster, which is pretty weird for a Hieratic deck, which is an OTK deck. It kind of feels like that this card would be used in every other dragon deck apart from Hieratics. I can see some pretty good uses for this in a Dragoonity deck. Although what Dragoonities need more is a Link 3 dragon to do infinite firewall loops with Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. Link 2 dragons with Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon summons Link 3 monsters. So maybe things like Trigate or whatever when we get those. This guy has quite a lot of restrictions on it. Its bouncing is only during your opponent's turn and only if it's in the extra monster zone. Its bouncing isn't restricted to your opponent's card, so you can bounce some of your own stuff. Its summoning conditions being 2 dragons is something that I like. The other Link 2 dragon requires 2 level 4 lower dragons, I believe, which is really weird. This just needs 2 dragons. There isn't really any dragon tokens from the top of my head. Now, the World Chalice I'm a Duck is a Link 1 dragon, but it can't be summoned with tokens, but it can be summoned with any vanilla. So that can convert any vanilla into one of the materials required for this guy. Although you can't do 2 of them, since I'm a Duck points upwards. So if he occupies your extra monster zone, you can't like summon one behind it like Link Spider could. If better Link 1 dragons come out in the future, then this guy would be easier to make. Other easy ways to put dragons on the field, I guess. The Rocket archetype that just recently came out, they have a E-Tele for rockets, and all the rockets are dragons. But yeah, this is definitely an interesting card. I'll enjoy using this card in something like Dragoonities, which is actually a deck based around summoning huge control boards. This is only going to add to this. This is going to be Link monster that opens up 2 zones, as well as a form of disruption, maybe even 2, on your opponent's turn to help solidify the big board. Having to have this guy in the extra monster zone is the only thing that I don't like about it, since I want to link it off. If I have a monster that's Link 2 or higher, I want to Link climb with this into higher Link monsters, or use its second effect on my own turn. This isn't really the type of card I like, which is being a combo and a control piece. So a combo piece on your own turn, a control piece on your opponent's turn. This is more of a combo or control piece. So you have to pick between one or the other. But it's still definitely a really cool addition to dragons.